These are notes on finding the volume and surface area of a three-dimensional figure. So volume is a measure of how much room an object takes up, so the space it occupies. Surface area instead is a measure of the area of the surface. So if we're looking at a cube, surface area is a measure of the top, the bottom, the two sides, and the front and the back. So now we're going to do two examples. The first example is a rectangular prism, and we'll start with volume. Generally, we talk about volume for prisms as being the height of the prism times the base area. For a rectangular prism, our base is going to be the area of a rectangle. And we still have our height. And we know that the height in this case is 3. And the area of the rectangle, you remember area of a rectangle is length times width. And that base right here, length times width, is 4 times 12, which equals 144. Again, we weren't given units in this case, inches, centimeters. So I'm going to indicate that I understand that volume is a units cubed by writing the word units cubed. So surface area. Surface area is the area of all the sides. In a rectangular prism, my sides have pairs. So I have the two sides here. They're the same. I have the front and the back. They are the same. And I have the top and the bottom, and they are the same. So really I'm finding the area of the top times 2, plus 2 times the area of the side, plus 2 times the area of the front. And for all of these are all rectangles, so I'm finding the area of a rectangle, which we already talked about as being length times width. So for the top, my length is the same as what's indicated here, so 4 times the length, which is 12. So I would say that my area is 4 times 12 plus 2. My area for my side, here's the length of the side, and here's the width, which is the same as over here, so that's 3. So I have 4 times 3 plus 2. Now I'm looking at the front. The front has a length of 12 and a width of 3, so that's 3 times 12. I then simplify each of these. 2 times 4 times 12 is 96. 2 times 4 times 3 is 24. And 2 times 3 times 12 is 72. I add these values and I get that the surface area is 192 units squared. Our second example is a cylinder. So just like in the rectangular prism, our volume is going to be the height times the base area. For a cylinder, the height is still the height, but the base is a circle. So I need to find the area of a circle. So I have my height, and remember the formula for area of a circle is pi r squared. And so now I can plug in these values. My height here is 40 inches, and my radius is 25 inches. I simplify this and I end up with 25,000 inches cubed. Again, remember when we're finding volume, we're finding the space an object takes up, and so that's three-dimensional. So the units are cubed. For my surface area, again, I'm still finding the area of all the sides. But in a cylinder, I kind of have to recognize what the sides are. So the top and the bottom are circles. So I would say 2 times the area of a circle plus, this is surface area of a cylinder, sorry. However, when I'm looking at the around part, I kind of want to break that out. And so if we like cut it and lay it flat, it actually turns out to be a rectangle. And that rectangle has a width of 40, but its length is the whole around the circle, which we know is circumference. So we would say 2 times pi r squared plus a length times a width, but our width is actually the circumference of the circle. So I have 2 pi r squared plus the length times 2 pi r. So now I have enough information to fill in all of the variables. My radius, again, is 25 inches. My length in this rectangle is 40. My radius, again, is 25 inches. We can simplify this. This is going to be 1,250 pi. And the second portion here, 40 times 2 times 25 is 2,000 pi. Adding those together, I get 3,250 pi. So my surface area of a cylinder is 3,250 pi inches squared.